Well, the election is upon us, and it has been very fascinating. But I've got a question, and I'm hoping you all might be able to help me solve it. Well, of course, if you vote for the Senate or something like this, you get Democrat and Republican. And if you vote for one, you don't vote for the other, and that's pretty obvious. But for the president, it's a little different. And I want to say right now that I'm not voting for John McCain, and I'm not voting for Barack Obama. Now, here's the problem. A friend of mine sent me a video. It was pretty funny. It was, I believe, from The Onion. And it had John McCain won by a single vote. And they said, we have tracked down the person that didn't cast that vote. And, of course, it was me, and it had my name and all this kind of stuff. And it was pretty good. But if he's going to win by a single vote, who is he going to win against? Well, it's obviously Obama, right? But I don't want to vote for Obama just so I can vote against McCain. I don't think it works that way. You can't vote against somebody to make them lose. If they're won by a vote, they won by a vote. I could have been voting for Kucinich or Paul or Gravel, Nader, anybody, and you still would have won by a vote, right? So obviously, and if you listen to Noam Chomsky, he says it too, and I can't believe he says this. Perhaps a lot of people agree with him, but it doesn't seem sane to say to vote against McCain means you vote for Obama, and that's what he says. And that's what a lot of people think. You vote against McCain, you've got to vote for Obama, and I know a lot of people are voting for Obama just because they're voting against McCain. And it seems to me that you could vote for Hitler as long as you put somebody worse than Hitler against him. And somebody else pointed out that you could also elect Hitler by having a lot of good candidates run against him. Because all the smart people will divide their vote, and therefore Hitler will win because all the stupid people will believe all of those things that Microsoft Network, National Broadcasting Company, tells them. So I can't vote against McCain by voting for Obama. Unless you're saying that it is the two-party system and I've got to vote for one or the other. But no, that's not how it works. Although maybe they should make it work that way, I guess. But no, that's not the vote. You vote for anybody, you vote for the person you think should be president. Now, I voted for somebody, but the person had lost. The person lost way before any votes were cast. I mean, way before any of the primaries. And that seems kind of odd to me, but still, my person lost, and the other person lost, and the other person, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I still say he ought to be president, but it would take a lot of people to vote for him, because I think it's illegal. But anyway, if enough people voted, I think we can get him president. So anyway, all the people that I wanted lost. I guess I could vote for Nader. But anyway, so I can't vote for Obama to vote against McCain. Because if I did, that would be, if Obama wins, and he probably will, then that would be as if I carried him and said, you are allowed to vote for me, thank you for not being, having Sarah Palin as your vice president, as your running mate. And a lot of people are doing that. They're saying, okay, yes, we've saved you from Sarah Palin, and now we've got this other guy up there. Is that the guy you wanted? Who told you that this was the other guy? How did that happen? How were you forced into that position? I don't want to be forced to voting for somebody just because I don't want somebody else. I'm not going to say, you are allowed to do this because I don't want this person to be doing it. No, it doesn't work that way. So I cannot justify myself voting for one person and saying, you now have the authority. I've signed my name, given you the authority because I don't want this other person to do that, which of course wouldn't have my authority anyway. So this idea of losing by one vote, and I said, yes, if McCain won by a vote, then I'd feel really bad. But now that I'm thinking about it, no, I wouldn't. Just for that reason, who else would I vote for? It wouldn't be Obama anyway. It'd be one of the other candidates, which of course they've already lost. And, well, yeah, I could tip the scales. But everybody, think about the 2000 election. And Nader. If all those people wouldn't have voted for Nader, then we wouldn't have been in the trouble we're in. We would have had John McCain. So, yeah, all those people that voted third-party candidates, I was for a third-party candidate, we're all just as much to blame for McCain winning as if we would all voted for Obama. You know, we could have tipped the scales the other way, but no, we all jumped off and it went the other way. Yeah, so in the 2000 election, all those people that voted not against George Bush, but didn't vote for John Kerry, can be blamed for putting George Bush into office. Or can they be blamed? So I don't think not voting for Obama to get McCain out of the office, or not into office, it can be blamed. People that vote for third-party candidates cannot be blamed for not keeping McCain and Sarah Palin out of the presidency. Or can they? I don't know. That's the conundrum. If we did vote for a third-party candidate, and of course that is a reasonable thing to do, so that they will get on the ballot next year and this kind of thing, and they'll get more funds to have advertising, because that's what people watch. But if there was two good candidates, say the Democrats and the Independent or Green Party or whatever, they have two good candidates, well, the smart people are going to split their vote, and the bad person is still going to win. So you're still in the same position. I don't see any way out of this. You vote for a third-party candidate, well, you're not helping matters because it's essentially a wasted vote. And even if the person does get in there, I mean, it's going to be worse next time around, maybe. I mean, it's happened in the past. What was the 13th president? I forgot who that was. An independent candidate got in there, but, you know, that didn't help matters. And perhaps the Republican and Democrat Party might be better anyway. And it's still, people always don't think of it as throwing away your vote, or either splitting your vote, which is why the Democrats and the Republicans have the conventions. So what do you do? And watch Penn. I've got a bunch of lists that I'll put out, and he says it. That's the way I thought of it. I can't believe. I guess Penn. I guess I would agree with him anyway. Smart guy. So anyway, I'm glad he says what I was thinking. How do you vote against somebody? You don't want this person in office, but you don't want to vote for the guy that's most likely to run against him. Are we forced to do that? Are we forced to vote against the greater of the two evils by voting, the lesser of the two evils? Are we forced to do that? Is that just the situation we're in? Deal with it. Forget about the third-party candidates. If there's a bad person in office, you have to vote for the person that's second most likely to win. Is that the way we have to play this game? I guess, because I think this voting system is intended for that. You got to play the game. You got to know who the person's going to win and judge it before you're going to cast your vote and all this stuff. So anyway, that's just my thought on it. So yeah, pretty much whoever wins, I didn't vote for him, so don't come crying to me. George Carlin said the same thing. He says he doesn't vote, and he can't be blamed because he didn't vote for him. Because I'm not sure that's exactly right. I think your money is a good vote. Your freedom of speech, your voice, of course, I guess he talked a lot. So that's a good vote. But not voting for one of the two major candidates, it pretty much is a wasted vote. Pretty much. But anyway, can you blame somebody? I mean, is it right to say, I voted for McCain if Obama does bad? For all the people that are voting for Obama, and there's a whole bunch of people that say they are voting for Obama because of Sarah Palin. I know a lot of people. A lot of people are voting for Obama just because he's black, and Sarah Palin just because he's one. But the people that understand Obama, because not Palin, or McCain for making the choice of Palin. If he's elected president, remember, you put him there. You said, so all you people just said, yes, we did it. If it was Satan and Hitler or Pol Pot or anybody else, you'd say, oh, look who we saved you from. Look who we got to be president. Is that, it might be. It might be that is reasonable. It might be that's the only choice we have. You say, yes, we did choose the lesser of two evils because realistically, it was going to be the worst of the two evils. I mean, realistically, you should vote for Obama to keep McCain and Palin away from the White House. Maybe that's the choice. I don't know.